Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to Dear Sybersue. Today's topic is the price of not speaking up, what it costs you over time. When you first meet somebody and you're talking to them and they're quiet, sometimes it can look like they've got a confidence or a strength because they're just observing and listening to what's going on. The problem with not speaking up and contributing to the conversation is the consequences that can arise from this. When you hold back out of fear, out of uncertainty, or out of not knowing how to resolve conflict, you're making a choice. You're making a choice not to contribute. This can cause a lot of problems in your life because you're letting go of things that could be better for you. By being silent about them, you're sitting back saying, okay, this is what I'm going to take. It doesn't allow conversation to flow. It doesn't allow your partner in a relationship to feel that you are invested in the relationship because you're not contributing to it. A lot of people think that being silent is a good way of just not causing problems. It keeps them on the outside looking in. But if you're not being true to yourself by adding your voice to certain things, you're missing out on a big part of life. It also makes people uncomfortable to be around you sometimes because they don't know what you're thinking and what you're feeling. And this can cause people to shut down as well. The cost of this silence doesn't always show up right away, but there can be a lot of missed opportunities because you didn't speak up. The cost of not speaking up can have lingering effects. What you didn't say in the meeting, what you didn't say on a date, what you didn't say in your relationship that ended. Sometimes when you think by not speaking up that it protects you for a short term, but long term, it doesn't. Sometimes it's just because you're not as forward as other people. The problem with not putting yourself out there enough to add your input into a conversation is it can make you become a bit of an outcast because you're not saying anything into the group or whatever situation you're dealing with. So people stop asking your opinion. They stop including you in things because you're not really interacting. And so this can shut down people as much as you feel shut down. Silence can be very costly in relationships. You need to have boundaries that your partner knows where they can cross, what they can do, on how to approach certain things with you. And if you're not giving any feedback to them or you're not interacting with them when it comes to a discussion or an argument, they just don't know what to do because they feel that they're in a one-sided relationship sometimes. It is very important to talk to your partner. It doesn't mean that you can't tell them you have a bit of difficulty expressing yourself, but they need to know that you're trying to express yourself rather than leaving them to try and figure everything out alone all the time. Please make sure that you don't allow this to happen in your relationship because the last thing you want to do is be a partner that is controlling your partner because they don't make any decisions. That also becomes a very one-sided relationship. Also, if you're not saying what you want where you want to go on a date, where you want to go out for dinner, all these kind of things, and your partner always has to make the decisions, that gets a bit old sometimes. A lot of partnerships end because of conversations left unsaid. People are not aware of how to put the conversation forward, so they just don't say anything at all. Regardless of whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, your opinion matters. Your point of view about things is important. Don't think that you don't have a say because you're the introverted and the quieter type. You have to learn to express yourself. Don't be the person that says, I should have spoken up. This is very costly. And I know everybody has different personalities and how they deal with things, but please don't be the person that shuts down and doesn't deal with it at all. I've talked to a lot of people who say, well, I don't want to come across as aggressive. I don't want to take on that I'm a controlling person. There's a happy medium here. You don't have to be one or the other. You can find a way to compromise how you communicate. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It can just be matter of fact, this is what I feel about this situation. Be very mindful of having the right boundaries in place. Because if you're the type of person that doesn't speak up a lot, people can think that your boundaries are limitless, that they can say and do whatever they want and it's not going to affect you. So please have some things set in place that you're not walked over or looked over. You want to show up enough that people are happy to be with you, happy to see you, and that you are part of the group or the situation at hand. It can also cost you a lot when you don't speak up because people assume you mean yes to a situation you actually might want to say no to. And then you can end up in a lot of drama-filled situations in your life. Honest communication and speaking out demands respect, demands the right kind of attention, because people are hearing you. You're expressing what is important to you. By speaking up, you're not letting things go. You're respecting yourself and expressing your needs. There's no gray area because the people around you understand what you mean, what is important to you. Speaking up isn't about being loud. It's about refusing to disappear and choosing to be seen. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please leave your comments, subscribe, and if you have any show topic ideas, please leave them under the video for me. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.